Okay, so PocketGaming.biz, we're at the Appsworld conference, we've got our big indie pitch going on, and we're talking to GameSparks. Now, you guys are new, do you want to tell us who you are and what GameSparks is about?
So GameSparks is a server-side integration platform and an ongoing game management engine.
That sounds complicated.
Well, the idea is to make things much more simple for the developer, particularly the indie developer. So what we recognize is life has got much more complicated for mobile games developer as dependence on server-side components increases. And at the moment, people are left to get on with it themselves, create the core server-side capability, and then hook lots of great component solutions from third-party suppliers around it. But creating that core server-side platform is incredibly hard work and beyond the wherewithal of most indies in particular. So we take that away from you. We're essentially, our promise is you can say goodbye to servers, you can be up and running with us in a matter of hours, and you control a broad range of server-side functionality with a web-based portal.
So what does that actually, if I'm an indie developer and I'm a bit, not really, I understand a bit about services, what is, to make that a bit less abstract?
Okay, so I'll give you some typical pain points that we hear of, and then I'll talk in a slightly more complicated way about the components of our solution. So you're an indie and you're having headaches because you are distributing your game across multiple different device types, and it's very difficult to keep them all updated and all updated in the same way. You need to start putting intelligence back into the cloud and have a server-side solution. You're a developer and you are beginning to take your first tiptoe steps into free-to-play. You can see the potential there, but you feel like you're driving blind. You want to be able to launch a game, see what's going on within the game, and adapt and iterate around it. Well, you need what's essentially an e-commerce platform, and that is cloud-based. We provide that. You want to do multi-platform, multiplayer. Again, that's difficult. You need that server side, we do that. You want to do simple leaderboards, again, we do that. So a bunch of pain points like that, I could probably name about 5 or 6 others that we hear all the time. And in terms of what our platform does, it's essentially got 3 layers. It's a merchandising and player management platform, which is essentially an e-commerce platform. The second layer is a series of social mechanics, basically first-class features that allow you as a games maker to do core things, like I need virtual currency, I want to sell coins, I want to have leaderboards or integrations with Facebook, etc. Take that away. And the final thing is we provide a much better integration environment for all those great third-party services you'll continue to want to use, like analytics. We make that much easier. And across all of those are the key design principles of interoperability across platform and operating system, dynamic management from the cloud, and core business intelligence, which is thrown off the platform.
So how much is it going to cost me? It sounds expensive, this kind of
It costs you nothing to get going, and it's very important that our pricing is simple and transparent and fair. So you pay nothing to get going. You start paying us once you start getting users above a certain level, 10,000 monthly active users, and then you pay us per user.
And how did you, this stuff's pretty complicated to come up with, which is why you're offering it as a service. So how did you guys come up with this in the first place?
So it's not complicated for us because of our background.
You're clever.
Not because we're clever, but because we've got accumulated experience of more than a decade in the online TV world. So TV went through a similar, it's not obvious, but in fact it's true. TV went through a similar migration. So with the birth of online television, the ability to deliver it on the internet, that all of a sudden that required TV companies to understand the server-side platforms well, and they're difficult because they bridge advertising, subscription management, ad insertion, etc., etc. So I worked at Sky and I built and run the online TV portfolio there, which is now Sky Go and Now TV. And my partners were the high-margin services business that integrated that platform for us and went on to sell similar services to ITV, Channel 4, Disney, AT&T, best brands in broadcast brands in television. So for us, it's quite easy to get to a point which is impressive. We've got ambitions to take things much further than that, and we look in particular towards the e-commerce sectors and the betting sector for the level of sophistication and complexity you'll need to support, particularly if you're operating free-to-play games. But that's for the future. For now, we're trying to solve people's biggest headaches as quickly and as painlessly as possible.
Excellent. Thank you very much.